Hey, sports fans, Louis Diamond, live from Las Vegas with a little bit delayed, but still 7 games in front of us. BettorCenter Live. This is where we're going to be coming to you every day and get you some information that you need to get yourself a winner, to make yourself a winner. So let's get right down to it. Tampa Bay and the Texas Rangers are going to be going off here at about 8:10 Pacific time. Eastern time, 5:05 Pacific time, 8:05 Eastern time. And current line on the game, Texas opens up even money, but gets steamed the other way. Toronto now minus $1.15 on the game. The total is 10. Opened up 9.5 and has now moved to 10. And a couple reasons why you're seeing a little bit of steam there with the Toronto Blue Jays here today. They have kind of had their way with Texas overall, but 12-13 on the road for them. Texas 16-9 at home this season. The over has hit 30 times for Toronto this season, while going under 24. Flip the switch for Texas, 24 and 28 to the under. Head-to-head this year, recently, Tampa Bay, 5 out of the last 6. So they've definitely had their way with them. And the total has gone pretty much a little bit under and a little bit of a push. And then so we got an over push, under, and then 3 straight over. So a little choppy there, not much to get in that for into this game too much. Last 2 games have gone over, 2 winners for Tampa Bay. And on the mound here tonight, you got Andres, 5-5 on the total, 6-4 for the team, but his record 5-1, but his team record 6-4. So 3 straight overs for the team when Andres is on the mound. 2 out of the last 3 have gone under for Nick Martinez, who will be pitching for Toronto. And we got, like I said, 4 out of the last 5 for Andres. He's one on the mound. 4 out of the last 5 have gone over. And when he faces Texas, 2 out of 3 have gone over. But he did lose 2 out of 3 starts. Against the Martinez, comes in with a little bit. He's 50-50 all over the place. His last 5 starts, 5 wins, 5 losses, 5 overs, 5 unders. But when he plays Tampa Bay, played him twice. Last 2 times, both games go over. He splits out. And as far as totals this year on the road, the Rays 15-10 to the over, Rangers 10-15 to the under. So apparently, I'm not finding much to jump on either side of this game. 1-6 for the Rangers their last 7 games overall. So tough to look at that. Tampa Bay seems to be a little bit up the play here. 5-1 their last 6 games overall. And Tampa Bay is also 5-1 the last 6 meetings. So probably a little bit of an edge there for Tampa Bay. No play there for me on this particular game. But if you stick around here, I'm going to have the picks that I have remaining here today. But before I do that, let's get to the Boston and Boston Red Sox, Chicago White Sox. Battle of the Sox here today. Red Sox 5-1 their last 6 Tuesday games. Not sure if I think Tuesday's a big day. A lot of times they're selling tickets. A lot of times there's travel days. Things are like that. That's why you're looking for days of the week. But Tuesday is usually a travel night if they have a chance to travel on Wednesday or play that early game. So not too much there for Tuesdays. But Houston this year, 16-6 on the, Boston. We're on the Boston and Chicago game. And 6 out of the last 8 for the Red Sox have gone over. 1 out of the last 5 road games they have lost. Sale, 4-1 his last 5 starts. This is an opportunity for Sale to face the White Sox his first time to go back home into Chicago. So I got to think this is going to be a big outing for him. And if you're liking Sale on a big day, you're probably liking him under as well. So you always want to look at a Sale game under usually, but not recently, which unfortunately he has gone over in his most recent events, 4 of his last 5. 9-3 to the over for the Red Sox in their last 12 road games, but 20-7 to the under their last 27 road games versus a left-handed pitcher. So things are going back and forth. I'm not finding a lot there. 7 out of the last 10 for Sale, have gone under. So it's 3 out of his last 4 have gone over. The under is 4-0 for the White Sox for the last 4 games following a win. 6-1 their last 7 games versus a left-handed pitcher have gone under. And on the behind the mound today, you have Reynolds. The over is 9-2 in his last 11 games behind home plate on a Tuesday, but 13-3 his last 16 games behind home plate when the White Sox are on the mound, or the White Sox have him as the umpire. So not much in that game, so I'm really not feeling a lot of love for play on either side of this game here today. What I do feel is some love on this Houston-Minnesota game. If you look at the last, I believe the last 6 games that they have played, they have scored 90 runs. 90 runs in 6 games. And you're not going to love something like that over. Right now, both teams are kind of 50-50 this year on the total, 26-23 to the over for Houston, while Minnesota comes in 21-22. So pretty much a coin flip when you see that. But these two teams together, man, that's a lot of runs. 16-8, 10-2, 15-7, 7-5. They had an under. They had a 3-1 play. 16-4, 6-4. These guys are belting the ball when they go head-to-head. And I don't think that's going to change here tonight. Friars 5-3 to the over this season. Now Berrios, your only down spot. He's got an under, 0-3 to the under, 3 straight unders this year. Or his last 3 outings. So that definitely worries me a little bit. But Friars definitely more of an over pitcher than an under pitcher. His last 10 starts, 6 of them have gone over. Versus Minnesota, his last 2 have gone over. Before that, he had 3 unders and a push, though. And then, like I said, Berrios a little bit on under pace, but split out over and a push his last 2 outings versus Houston. But definitely see a lot of nice edge for the under. Astros 14-7 to the over. To the over. The play is to the over, and that is an executive play for me here today. So that an executive play is pretty much a 10-unit play, and in my eyes, and they've done fairly well this season. So you're going to see what happens here today with that, because that is a play for me. Minnesota and Houston over the 9 is an executive play. I release 2 types of plays: executive plays, which are 5 or 10 unit plays, and then I have red hot picks, which I rate between 1, 2, and 3 unit plays. So I document them all, and they're on BettorCenter.com. So, right now, this is all about getting you the picks, giving you an idea, getting the picks. Yeah, I'm a little rusty. It's my first show, guys, but don't worry about it. Going to get nothing but better from here. And the most important thing is to make sure I get you good information that wins. So, been doing this a long time, and wouldn't be sitting in front of this camera laying it all out to you live if I didn't think I was going to be able to get us in the plus column here. So Houston and Minnesota over the 9 is an executive play for me tonight, and that game should be a solid 10-unit play for me. So I look for that to be a solid winner here today. Now, next game on the board, we're going to be looking at the Detroit Tigers and then the Kansas City Royals. No play in this game. I'm seeing a lot of, when I don't have a play, I'm trying to get you some information that might be worthy to you, because I don't want to just be the guy that is the end-all be-all. I want to be information here, because I'm looking through this information. I'm seeing some stuff, but I'm not seeing the stuff that makes me pull the trigger for this one to be a play. So 12-17 on the road this year for Detroit. So, and now, they're a road favorite. That worries me. Kansas City, 50-50 team. Do I really want to invest in Kansas City? Usually I'm looking at totals. So you'll see me giving your information is going to be towards the totals. Now I got a little bit of an over team, Detroit 27-22. Pretty good under team with Kansas City, 19-29. So this is what I kind of call a Sybil game, which kind of has split personalities. But when they got together, the last 7 times, 6 of them have gone over the number. So got to give that a little something to look at. Last 2 games for Detroit have gone over. So, you know, you think that they're hitting the ball. They got 10 last night, 3 the night before. But, you know, before that, a couple unders, a couple overs. So 50-50. And then pretty much same scenario for Kansas City in that game. And now you got Skoglund, who I believe hasn't ever pitched before. So now you got a rookie on the mound. So you got a rookie on the mound. Man, I love to look for an overplay. And I believe he's a rookie. And Verlander, 6-4 to the over his last 10 games. But he's a scary pitcher because even though the last 10 games over, he's got a big history of some under numbers. You know, you look at Verlander, he's under 9-3-2 his last 14 starts versus a team with a losing record. So he handles tough teams pretty good. 11-5 his last to the under his last 16 starts with 4 days rest. 24-11-2 to the under his last 37 starts. So it kind of gives you a little bit of it's tough to play a Verlander game over. You got to find the right spot. Certainly not versus Kansas City when 18 out of their last 26 games at home have gone under, 18-7-1. So, but like I said, they've gone over 5 straight games. That's why I'm laying off of it. So not much love for me in that game there today, but I do feel some love once again for the Atlanta Braves to go over. Feel a lot of love for the Braves to go over. Always looking for the Braves and a spot to go over. So, and the current line on the game, LA minus $1.30. The total 8.5. And the over in the Braves games, just to give you a general idea, 62, 30, and 4 for the last 96 games. So I wake up every day saying, how can I find a way to bet these Atlanta Braves over? So, and today I will be betting those Atlanta Braves and the LA Angels to the over, and a nice 10-unit executive play. Definitely an executive play for me today. And 11-1 to the Braves to the over on Tuesdays. So there it is at Tuesday again. But when you got a team that's so high and rich in over trends, you're going to find a lot of numbers that are going to correlate with those. So you got to try to find out what the juicy ones and the juicy trends are going to mean. So, Angels 5-1, their last 6 interleague games, 4-1. Their last 5 games versus a right-hander, 4-1. Their last 5 home games, but 1-5 their last 6 games overall, and definitely makes you a little bit worried about jumping on the Angels there, because the Braves really aren't giving you a reason to jump on them either. Except for 6-1 the last 7 road games versus a right-hander. So there is a little something there, but I think the play is definitely, without a doubt, within the total. 30-18 to the over this year for Atlanta. 22-29 to the under this year for the Angels, but that's pretty much happened on the road for them. This year at home, 12-9 to the over. Now it's not setting the world on fire, but they're definitely going more overs at home, and more probable to go over with the road over team like the Braves, 16-10 to the over their 26 road games this season. And then we got Bartolo Colon, 7-3 to the over his last 10 outings. So you got the pitching, and we also have Parker, Bridwell. Parker Bridwell. I believe he's the rookie that's going there tonight. He's the one that doesn't have any history, and that is why you want to take Atlanta going against a rookie for the over. Now, sure, there's some rookies that come out, and they come out and they're sensational. Very far and few in between. So I will be looking for this play to be a nice solid over. And Cologne, 7 out of the last 10, like I said, to the over. 3 out of the last 4 to the over versus the Angels. And no previous data, once again, for Bidwell. So nice solid over. Executive play, Atlanta and the Angels to go over the number. So Cubs, San Diego, next game on the board. And Cubs open up $1.54 favorite, $1.55, $1.60. And currently get a little bit of steam on the Chargers, on the Padres. So definitely some early or late, or whatever time we're in, definitely some steam there on the Chargers, on the Padres. 10-14 at home, 11-14 on the road for the Cubbies. 29-19 to the over for the Cubbies. 26-24 to the over for San Diego. Head-to-head, 3-1-1 to the under. Their last 5 head-to-head matchups. 4-1 to the under. The last 5 games for San Diego. 4 unders and a push. The last 5 for the Cubbies. So you're seeing a little bit of under happening for some teams that started out over, so they're starting to get themselves into the medium, I think. So Cubs 13-11 on the road this year to the to the over. San Diego 14-9 to the over. So like I said, 2 teams that were playing some serious overs, now evening themselves out, getting back to the medium. San Diego 8-17 their last 25 games overall. So definitely Cubs, like I said, not setting the world on fire right now. Steam is on San Diego, and I'm going to leave this one alone and let the other gamblers do what they want to do with that game. So next game on the board, I am not going to leave alone, and that is going to be the Washington Nationals and the San Francisco Giants. And this is going to be a diamond play. My Red Hots, the 1 to 3 unit plays. Finally, after a long season of having some dramatic losing, and really the record is terrible, 66-97, something like that, but only -3, just a little bit over 3 units right now. And I'm going to get the 3 units back here on this video, but I did have a couple plays that I already played earlier. Unfortunately, we weren't here to give them to you because we had some technical issues, but BettorCenter.com has the documentation, has the games, and the games are always going to be released here. So and they'll be documented there, so you can follow along and see how we're doing. So, but the Nationals and the Giants, the total is 8, and I will certainly be, I certainly am on the under in this matchup. Now, overall, you got 2 ball clubs that are kind of 50-50 with the total 25-22 to the over for Washington, 23-25 to the under for San Francisco, but head-to-head, dead unders. 8 unders and a push the last 9 games head-to-head. And both teams on a pretty good under pace right now, too, as the Nationals 7 unders, 2 overs and a push the last 10 games. Once again, after a nice big overrun, so they have coming back out to the medium. That's really what you're looking for in baseball. You're looking for these streaks. You got to jump on the streaks, but then you got to learn how to back off the streaks when it's time to back off after a couple losers. So you got to give a couple back because you just can't start when they win all the time and stop when they lose all the time. No, you got to test a few things out, test a few series out, test a few numbers out, and then you continue to roll with it, these streaks. And when they start going south on you, you get a little more cautious, but you still got to play and ride with them. And you'll see that as I go along here, because a lot of my plays today will be the same plays tomorrow. But that doesn't mean it will be. So that's why you got to keep paying attention. Anyways, so San Francisco, they're pretty much the solid under lately. They're the same. They have 5 unders, 3 overs, but 2 pushes, so they're more on the underside. But we got Smarja on the mound, who's been a solid under, 2-7 to the under his last 9 outings. Gio Gonzalez, he's not really doing you any favors with any under material, but he's about a 50-50 his last 10 outings. But he has been under versus San Francisco recently, as 6 of his last 7 versus San Francisco have gone under. And as I said, Smarja, solid under recently. 2 last unders versus Washington, but he did have a spurt of 3 overs, and he had a little spurt of some bad pitching while he was in that Cub uniform that took him from the under ranking for a little bit. He's always been you're always looking for a Smarja under. So definitely going to look for that under. Giants, or the Nats this year, 14-10 to the over on the road is not a very heartening number for you when you're getting down to betting the under. But Giants 7-17 to the under at home is certainly a number that I enjoy to back. Because a lot of teams are definitely 2 different ball clubs, home and road, overs and unders, days and nights. These are the things that we're looking for. Under is 9-1-1 for Smarja in his last 11 home starts. So an 18-5-3 his last 26 starts overall. 6 straight unders for these 2 ball clubs in San Francisco. 6-1 to the under, as I said, for Gonzalez, his last 7 versus the Giants. 15-5-1 to the under the last 21 meetings. And on the mound there tomorrow, we have DeMuro, who is giving us, tonight, who is giving us the worst information we can for this under, but I don't think it's enough to keep us off of it. 13-6-1, his last 20 games behind home plate. So I do recognize it, but I'm not going to let that stop me from making a nice solid play with the under with Washington and San Francisco. So there you have it, a short little show here, guys, with a little breakdown of all today's games. I'm going to be back here tomorrow, hopefully 3 o'clock or 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to do this every day. I'm going to try to get you all the information on the games. I'm going to get you as much as I can unbiased information on the games that I don't have a bias for. And when I have a bias for them, I'm going to let you know why. Can't hold me back. So, hope you enjoyed the first show. Love to see you here again tomorrow and continue to enjoy some winners, because they're coming, guys. I know that. I've been doing this a little while. I'm not flipping coins. Look for me again here tomorrow. This is Louis Diamond with BettorCenter Live. Good fucking music.